This is Dawnmaker, and I'm getting to the point where I'm going to need to have a name for the genre of game this is. It is a city building game, but it is not a simulation like SimCity, and it is not a colony sim like RimWorld. It instead is like Islanders and Terrascape and Tiny Kingdom and Slipways, in that it is a game where you are ostensibly building a community, but what you're really doing is arranging game pieces in a way that lets you score them well, and then and it's sort of putting things together in a way that their synergies cause high scores to happen. And then the high scores allow you to play longer and succeed. This is a genre. There's so many games I play and like that work this way, but I don't have a name for it, and it's gonna drive me up the wall. So let's play this game. You can see what I'm talking about. It's a really interesting game. And yes, let's just nuke my old progress because I don't care, and I want to start from the beginning. So let's start with kind of the standard stuff. This is Sybil. These are the cards that she starts with. These are the buildings that she starts with. None of this will make any sense to you up front, so we'll just skip it, and we'll look at Alasta. So the way this game works is you've got this ancient aero station, and it's surrounded by this black fog. And when you upgrade this aero station, it pushes back actually, it's called the smog, excuse me. It pushes back the smog and lets you build things. But the smog gets aggressive, and it starts basically trying to choke you again. And so you have to keep upgrading it until you get the final upgrade that wins the level. Upgrading it costs this yellow resource, which is rare and difficult to get, so you kind of have to seize every opportunity to get it. But each time you spend it to upgrade the aero station, you know, you get more land to build on, but also it gets more expensive to run the city. So you got to be careful when you do it. This right here, Luminoil, this is sort of your stay alive resource. You have to have enough of this each turn in order to feed your operation. Right now, the income / expense is 0, and that's good. That means I'm not going to starve to death. But when we upgrade this thing for the first time, it gives us a bunch of buildings that we can build, and it also gives us some space to build them. But you'll notice that now Luminoil is going down by 1 every turn. I've only got 5. So I've got to figure out how I'm going to make more Luminoil if I'm going to... It's called Luminoil. So I guess that means it's a fuel that you burn to make light. But it also... Isn't Luminol the name of the stuff that they spray on, like, blood stains in CSI? So, I don't know. I feel like there's a connection there, but probably not a real one. And then I've got these other resources over here. This is materials and science. These are used to fuel. Materials is mostly for buildings, and science is mostly for fueling actions that the buildings can take. So now I've got a complicated problem here. So I've got 3 action points, and each of these cards costs action points to spend. The first thing I want to do is spend this one, because Fair Day gives me one of these yellow resources, which I need, and they're rare and hard to get. I need to have, let's see here. It looks like I only need 1 to improve the aero station, and honestly right now I can't afford to improve the aero station, because it will get more expensive and I can't afford that. So you know what, it's fine that I'm not going to spend this. I'll wait until it comes around again in my hand in the future. I don't have a very big hand right now, so that won't take too long. Because instead, what I need to do is I need to build something that's going to keep my Luminoil income under control. And so that means probably a small field. Though a silo could also help. Building a silo early is nice because it gets its benefits from things that you build next to it. So the earlier you build it, the more opportunities you have to build things next to it. So I think I want to start with the silo, actually. So I'm going to spend these 2 cards, which give me 2 materials, and then I will build the silo. Now, that doesn't give me anything immediately, but it's going to give me something next turn. I want to build a small field next turn as well, and so what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock these current cards, and then I guess I'll get some science, because I need to spend 1 more card, and then periodically, and I'm not actually sure what feeds into this, periodically I get to choose a new building to add to my list. So let's see, this is Regal Gardens. Oh, okay, so this one could let me, if I build this could let me get a lot of the yellow resource. It levels up my aerospace, whatever, my aero. I'll have to remind myself what the central building is called. That thing. I don't think I need something this fancy, though, and it's very expensive. So I think I might add this one. Or the workshop. These are all basically about earning the stuff. The workshop lets me earn the yellow resource whenever I want to. And it gives me more science storage. And it's cheaper to build. So I think I'm going to add that one. Oh, I get to add another one for some reason. Okay, so this one is about spending science to get resources, to get the materials, whatever these orange things are called. This one is about spending science to get lumen oil. What do I want? Let's do the industrial thing. So we get some furnaces. Okay, cool. Now it's time to end the turn. So you'll notice my lumen oil went down by 1 because I've got an expensive 1 here. And so, but, oh, I've got this thing called collective effort, which gets me more of the construction materials. I can also loot the surroundings. That's all my action points. That gives me more than enough to build a small field. So I'm going to build the field next to the silo. That means the silo gives me an immediate boost of lumen oil, and the small field gives me production of lumen oil, which takes my expenses from -1 to 0. But the smog is also preparing to attack. Each time the smog attacks, lumen oil basically production goes down, or it starts costing more lumen oil. And so this is not going to stay 0 for long. End turn. You see, there we go. So now the smog is making my production of lumen oil go down, so I need to keep building it up. Let's see here. So I don't have a lot of uses for... Okay, yeah, so I've got a silo here, but there isn't a good place to put a silo. You want a silo next to as many open spaces as possible. I'm not sure what kind of building this is. Some buildings of this type, you adapt and you make them your own. Some of them you consume and destroy. If it's a consume and destroy type, then building a silo here will be good because then I can build all around the silo. But I'm not sure. Well, let's do it anyway. But then, let's see, so the furnaces, these will let me spend my science to get more materials and build faster. That seems valuable. So let's do some of this. Let's build that next to 2 silos. So we got 2 extra lumen oil. And then, so this added a card to my hand, which means that now I can spend science to get more stuff. So literally, I'm gonna get more science because I can use it to get more materials. And I will choose another building, the Cabinet of Curiosities. That gives me a free science card. That's cool. And then this one produces materials every turn for each 3 adjacent industrial buildings. So this is the thing you want longer term when you got more space to build. So I think I might go... Oh, this one lets you destroy buildings. That seems like it could be valuable too. Though not yet. If it comes around again, I might grab it. But let's go with the Cabinet of Curiosities. Now that I can turn science into materials, having things that provide science seems pretty valuable. Okay, so now we're in better shape than we were before. Let's actually go with Faraday. So now we've got one more Eclarium, one more of the yellow stuff. So we could upgrade now. That will raise our expenses in this higher, though. So I think I should probably make sure I can build one of these before I actually upgrade this. Of course, next turn I will be able to build one, so maybe it's okay if I... Yeah, let's upgrade. Let's do it. Okay, so we've got more space and more building types, but our and the smog leaves us alone. So the expenses we had due to smog went away, but we've also got more consistent expenses coming in from the aero station. So, okay. I don't think there's anything else I can do, so we're going to end the turn. The smog is already preparing to attack, so let's see what this is. So we can explore this ruin, and now we get some options. We can either study the structure and get science, we can take the building apart to just get some materials, or we can copy the plans and we get a recycling house, which gives you materials when you activate buildings. I don't have any activatable buildings right now. I do like gaining buildings. But I think I'm going to go materials this time. Kill this thing, and now I do have a lot of space around my silo. So, okay, I want a small field. And I want to build it here. So again, we're getting more lumen oil. Oh, you know what? I didn't pay attention to this. I might have wanted to grab this, but too late now. Let's... Oh, so this tax collection, it was giving me 1 materials before, but now that I've got my arrow station leveled up, it gives me 2 materials. So I've got more materials, as much as I can store. I could build another building now, like a workshop. Ooh, a workshop. That lets me spend science to get the yellow stuff. That seems pretty valuable. So let's do that, and let's build it out here. Now, that's an activatable building. I manually activate it, which means there was something else that I grabbed that wanted to be next to activatable building. So now I've got one. That's cool. We should maybe get another activatable building, like... Oh, yeah, research. So, yeah, okay, so the study center lets me get more action points if I've got a lot of science, and it also gives me some science getting cards. So, yeah, let's go study center. Though, actually, I just passed up. You know what? Actually, I think that my deck is unbalanced now, because I need more stuff that's going to produce lumen oil, and I missed an opportunity to grab something. So that was a bad move. I should have grabbed something that made lumen oil. I mean, I've got a large field here. I can use that. Okay, yeah, so let's get a bunch of this. Let's grab a large field and build it there. I'm just building things next to the silo as much as I can to, you know, sort of build it up. And what else? Let's... loot the surroundings, and then I could build another silo. And actually, the best place to stick a silo is with stuff on all sides. So I'm going to go over here, put that there, and we're done. Okay, so the smog is reducing my production by 2, so it is still staying ahead of me. Let's see. Okay, let's do some optimization. Let's get a bunch of materials going. We need more science if we want to activate the workshop. Let's add another field. And let's just add a bunch of science. And choose a building. Ooh, whenever you act... Okay, this one gives you lumen oil whenever you activate an adjacent building. Let's grab that. And we've got a barn on the list, so let's do... Ooh, we could do Fair Day. And then loot the surrounding... I want... It's hard to decide because I want Fair Day. And I want Collective Effort. But I can't do both the same turn because I've got 3 action points. And each of them costs 2 action points. So I'm going to make the short-term choice. I'm going to grab the barn. I said I'm going to grab the barn. And I'm going to stick the barn next to my activatable building. And in any more activatable buildings that I build, I'll build around the barn. Okay, smog's coming in. It's costing me more and more of this lumen oil. Alright, let's do these 2. Let's actually get ourselves some eclarium. And I like this named after a French dessert. Okay, investment cards. Those will give me a lot of materials. That's nice. What does the Cabinet of Curiosities do? Oh, it gives me free science. And this... Oh, this is more of the yellow stuff. I think maybe more free science will be helpful. I don't want to build it next to the barn. I'll build it here. Okay. And then new buildings. Ah, greenhouse. That will help me get more lumen oil. Okay, so I can build another barn. I don't need another barn. We can build another large field. That will cancel out our current costs here. And so to do that, we can spend some science. And let's just overdo it. We'll build a large field out here, I guess. And then the furnaces... Oh, I already have these. It gives me another optimization card. Those have been useful. So, yeah, let's build another furnace. That gives us a card. Okay. So it's kind of like we have two decks of cards, right? We've got the building cards up here, which build permanent things, and then we've got sort of your hand of cards here that are just actions. And it's kind of nice that they build them the same way, but like these are all sideways cards and these are all vertical cards. I imagine it might be a challenge if you were playing this game like on a table to keep track of which is which. One of the advantages of video games is you have a lot more control of the presentation. Okay, so the greenhouse lets me harvest it periodically. So the harvesting cards are interesting because you don't get as many harvesting cards as you get buildings. So the idea is you want to get a lot, like if you start investing in harvest buildings, then you want to get as many different kinds of harvest building as you can, because each one, it only gives you a harvesting card the first time you place one, and the next couple that you place doesn't give you any cards. And so you have this one card that will activate all of these buildings. But if you get another type of harvesting building, then you've got one card. You get multiple cards, and each of them activates more buildings. So it's kind of it's a big investment. Like you kind of have to build your little society around that choice. But it doesn't strike me as a crazy choice here. Let's explore this ruin. We could produce a bunch of science. Let's produce a bunch of science. And then, yeah, let's throw a greenhouse out there. Let's put it next to that. And then I can spend one more action point. Let's do this. And choose a building. You choose buildings. Like, this skip adding a building is not a crazy thing to click. Usually I like to be really acquisitive, but man, you end up with so many buildings after a while. Okay. So yeah, windmills are another harvest style building. So we're going to grab that, and we're going to try to double down on harvest buildings. And then let's pick Fair Day, get more of the yellow stuff. We need 3 to upgrade this thing. We could build a study center, which has activation, which will help our barn. We could build a second greenhouse. Or, the Hermitage will give us something nice. It'll give us another one of those yellow thingies. And the smog has gotten pretty bad. So I think this might be a good time for us to, let's build the Hermitage. Just building it gives us one more aquarium, and now we can upgrade the aero station. So we upgrade it. The smog leaves us alone. So actually, even though it got more expensive to run the aero station, it cost 7 instead of 3 lumen oil. Because the smog went down by 6, I'm actually better off now. And I've got a lot of buildings out here to explore. Most of them, let's see here, let's explore this one. Oh, it just gave us 5 lumen oil. Well, that's nice. Let's end our turn. All right, so now the tax collection gives me 3 materials, which is great. What do we want to get here? We could plant a windmill, and if we place a windmill, we want to place it next to very different tiles, and I think we've got a good spot for that. So let's optimize. Let's grab a windmill. Let's put it here. We want it again. We want it adjacent to as many different types of buildings as possible. And now we've got 2 harvest cards ready to go. So we win the game if we get 7 Eclarium. So let's spend our science on some Eclarium. Let's get some more science. That's nice. Let's get even more science. Let's just pile up on the science, and then every turn let's activate this guy, which will give us Eclarium and also give us some lumen oil from this barn. And we got some architect's office, which will let us choose new buildings. I feel like we've got enough building choices already. Royal Feast card. Oh, a Royal Feast lets you get more Eclarium by spending your lumen oil, which we've got a lot of right now. Maybe this will be a good way for us to make some progress towards winning the game. So let's do that. What did we just do? I don't know. All right. So, okay, we got Fair Day and optimization. Let's see. Okay, oh, we can build another windmill. Yeah, this is a good spot for another windmill. We don't have any harvest cards, but that's okay. We can activate this to spend 3 of these science to get another aquarium. We're making some real progress here. Ooh, harvest all buildings. Okay, so check it out. So this is a ridiculous amount of lumen oil to be getting this early in the game, but the reason this works is because I've got this, which will harvest, let's see here, +1 per adjacent building type. Oh, it didn't mean, I assumed it meant building type like the different, like this is a silo, this is a hermitage, this is a workshop, this is a barn. But no, it's treating the barns like they're 2 different, like they're the same type because of the color of the outline. So this wants to have 3 different outline colors, or 4 different outline colors. That's what that means. So this one only gives us 2. Even though it's next to 4 different buildings, the buildings only fall into 2 types. Okay, I hadn't understood that. Well, let's still do it. Oh, actually, you know what? I might have been able to do a better job of that because maybe I can build... Yeah, you know what? I could have built another building type next to this, and now it gives me +3. Well, I'll know that for later. Let's harvest that. We got 4 aquarium. Getting close. Oh, but... I could have... Wait, no, this isn't... No, never mind. That's not helpful. It's got a yellow outline to it, but this is the one with the yellow outline that actually gives you aquarium. And I guess I'll do that too. Build up some science. And that's all I want to do this turn. Let's choose a building. Celebrations. +1 per wonder in your city. Is a wonder a yellow building? Wonders must be yellow buildings. How many yellow? I've got 2 yellow buildings. So this building, if I build it, will give me a card that would win the game. But I think I can get there already. I don't think I need that. So, oh, let's just grab this one. Okay. So now we can... I would do optimization to get more materials, but I think I actually need to save my science. So we're going to draw those. Let's build... I said let's build furnaces here. So that this now produces 4, because we got 4 different building colors next to it. So yeah, our income is low, but it's gonna... We've got plenty of storage, and oh, look at this! Look at this! 2 harvests. Ha ha! Check that out. And a trade agreement. Oh, and again, I keep making bad decisions here. I should look at what I can build before I do things like harvest cards. Harvest cards depend on what buildings you have, and you can build things before playing a harvest card that make the harvest card better. This is a thing I should do consistently, and I'm consistently not doing it. But whatever. Oh wait, and I also just missed a discovery card that would have been very helpful. But there we are at 6 aquarium. Okay, before we harvest all of our buildings, let's see if there's something else we can do. I think this has got 4. This has got 4. Oh, this has got 3. But there's no more space to build next to it. I can't build a wonder next to it. So that's as good as it can be. And I don't think... Yeah, I don't think we got anything else that helps a harvest. So let's do the harvest. Let's do some tax collection. The automated field wants to be next to other fields. And this is sometimes something that I plan ahead for. Like, because you know this is coming late in the game, you can build your fields to be circled. Like, I built these fields to be circled around the silo to get stuff from the silo, but I could have circled them around something hollow and then dropped this in the middle of them. So I missed that opportunity, but I can at least put it here, so it's next to 2 other fields, and so now it gets +1 just natively and an additional +1 because it's next to 2 other fields. And whatever. Forage, sure, why not? I'm getting a little haphazard here because it's fair day, and wait. Can I not? I've got 7 aquarium. If all lighthouses are repaired? Oh! Oh, you have to repair lighthouses first before you can win? That's interesting. Wait a minute. Oh. Okay. So I had to spend 3 Eclarium to repair this lighthouse. And so now I can't win yet. Okay, good to know. I didn't realize that was a thing. In the past, I've always just repaired lighthouses for no reason. And so I didn't realize that was actually a requirement for winning. All right, well, let's harvest like crazy. Let's do a trade agreement. The barn, this is the one that likes me activating adjacent buildings. I don't have a lot of activatable buildings in this build. Sometimes you have tons and tons of activatable buildings. You're activating buildings all the time. This build, I don't have that. So I guess I'll do this. Get some materials out of it. Why not? We're at -8 production of lumen oil. So we're not that many turns from being done one way or the other with this game. I've got 3 architect's office, which I'm just not interested in. Also don't need a barn right now. So let's just build up our stuff. Oh, wait, no. I've got 7 materials now. I've got a limit of 5. I'm going to lose these if I don't build something. So let's choose a building. Yeah, let's do a large farm. There'll be more harvests, more fruitful harvests. And I don't know. I guess, you know what? Let's just build an architect's office. Oh, it's a new type. Can I put it next to a... Yes, I can. Okay, so my windmill is now doing better. And because I built that, I get to choose a new thing. Oh, I can spend 6 science to get 15? That's crazy. Oh, this one gives you materials for building next to it. I think that's what we want. And then I don't know, let's do another one of these. Just because I don't want to, you know, waste materials. And maybe there'll be something good. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to ever build this. So let's go library. Get us some more science. Ooh, extraordinary expedition. I don't even remember which building gave me this, but it gives me 5 materials and I get to draw 2 cards. Do I want 5 materials? I mean, I could build a bunch of stuff. Well, let's definitely experiment first. Let's get some more of the Eclarium. Sure, let's do that. And loot the surroundings, too. Now let's build a bunch of stuff. So, investment... This one wants to be next to industrial buildings. Next to 3 industrial buildings. And that's not happening anytime soon. This one gives me extra turns if I spend science. Though I'm trying to build up my science, so... This one just... You know what? Let's do Cabinet of Curiosities to start. Let's put that, I don't know, over here. Get some more lumen oil for building next to a silo. And then... Sure, let's put this one next to 3 industrial buildings, and we'll have this be one. There we go. Not wasteful. Aha! Okay, fair day. Definitely doing that. Definitely want to harvest all of our buildings. We don't have a new harvestable building coming in. We're just barely staying ahead of the drain of lumen oil. And this is another industrial building. I don't think I'm going to get its main benefit if I put it where I want to. What about exploration outpost? Yeah, they'll give me some materials. I'll put that here. Now I have materials income because this thing, you know, likes to have 3 next to it. That's all I can do this turn. Look at this. We're down to -11 per turn. We got 5 more turns. 6 more turns. Will any of these help? Yes, Cabinet of Curiosities will help because it'll give me more science. We can forage again. Okay, now we're 7 turns away from death. That's, I mean, of course, this is going to keep going up, so it's not really 7 turns, but... Ooh, wait, the workshop... Oh, this is another workshop. Okay, I need science to run. I've already got a workshop. I've got all the workshop I need. Ooh, activating an adjacent building gives you science with this one. But I don't have a lot of activating buildings. Whatever, I'm gonna do it anyway. Ah, here we go. Okay, okay. This is what we've been waiting for. Faraday. We now have 7 aquarium. We've repaired the lighthouse. So, boom. Victory. We have won this round. And now we get 25 coins, which we can spend to improve our airship, upgrade stuff. So, for instance, we can get things like this optimization card, which is usually dependent on a building. We can just, I think, add this to our deck all the time. We can also start with more resources than we started with before. And then look at the world map. And now we move on. And the next level is going to be more difficult. So let's do another level. There's a decent chance that I will... okay, this one is about the same difficulty as before. Theoretically, I think it's actually a little bit harder. So we'll activate that. Get a bunch of cards. And then... we're in the same situation we started in before. We can do... we're in exactly the same situation, right down to deciding between Faraday and collective effort. Let's see what's in here. 2 science, which will now get wasted. Cool. Awesome. I guess, yeah, I'm going to do collective effort and silo, just like last time. Choose a new building. And the atomium will produce science and give me the stuff, which feeds well into a workshop if I get the chance to add the workshop next time. Let's do this. Oh, we have to choose another building. No workshop. Dang. Let's try to make more buildings this time that activate. So let's go with the distillery, which uses science to produce the stuff. And now we definitely want at least a small field. So let's do this. Build a small field next to that. Let's do it again. Let's have 2 small fields. And let's put them next to each other so that eventually the automated field can take advantage of both of them. So we're breaking even now on lumen oil. That's good. We can spend some of our science to get a bunch of materials. And, okay, yeah, let's place a distillery down. And we can activate it to spend some of our science to get more lumen oil. And then we can, I don't know, add more science, I guess, for the future. Let's choose a new building. Oh, this is, okay, this will, yeah, let's get some more science coming in. That sounds good. Let's just do a bunch of science. Okay, so now we'll do Faraday. Will we? Yes, we will. Sometimes when you click on a card in this game, it doesn't realize you're trying to click on it. I think that sometimes it'll read a tiny, tiny mouse movement as dragging the card instead of clicking the card. And so there's basically 2 ways to play a card in the game. You can either drag it out and drop it on the table, or you can just click it. And I think occasionally it will read a click as a drag, and so you'll intend to click it, but then it won't do anything because it thought you dragged it and dragged it nowhere. So we'll activate that with some science, and then we'll build a library. I'm trying to, yeah, let's build a library, which will give us more science. And then, let's see here. So if we upgrade this, our production will go down by 2. The smog will go up by 1. I think it's not profitable yet. We'll wait. Now it's break even. So we'll do it. Let's just explore this ruin to get our... Oh, we can get more science. Yeah, let's gain science. And let's spend some science. We can build another silo or exploration outpost, which will give us more materials. There, okay, I'm going to either drag you or click you. We'll want one of them to work. Yeah, so we don't have any perfect places for silos. We have some okay places. Let's just put another silo right here, and we can double benefit from building things next to the silos. And, aha, okay, we're making a bunch of science, and now we can spend science on aquarium. That is a good move. That's a nice synergy between our buildings. Let's do that and draw a card. Let's do some collective effort. And we can now build a large field. And I'm trying to build these in a ring so that I can really benefit from automated fields once they come in. Let's do that again. And end turn. Do fair day, definitely. Let's collect taxes. Activate that guy. And it wouldn't hurt to grab this. I kind of want to build a... Well, no, I need to go a little bit bigger before I build another large field out here. When is this going to go away? This is only going to last for a couple of turns, but I forgot what turn we were on. I kind of want to keep that large field to put in this slot. So I'm going to lock these. Keep them for next time. And, oh, let's go more farms. Okay, this did go away. So if we then optimize, we can build a large field there. And now we've got the perfect spot to stick an automated field once those become available. Let's get inspired and then spend that on some stuff. Let's see. I guess that's what makes sense. Ooh, yeah, we can place a workshop, which that is an activatable building. So I'm going to build it there. I'm trying to gather my activatable buildings together. And, oh, we can do this now. Cool. So that if I build something like a barn, I can, you know, get a lot of use out of it. Let's do another fair day. Okay, so now, if I upgrade my aero station, production will go from -3 to -7. So I want to wait until this is at least -4, because that's when I'll break even on it. In the meantime, let me just build up my capacity here. So, got one more action point. So this is not as pointful. Let's do that and that. And do I want to hold on to these? Silo, large farm, small field. I don't have as much use for fields because I want my fields to be up there where I can't reach them. You know what? We are at +1 already. Yeah, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to lock this so I can hold on to the fields. Let's choose a new building. Transmutation. Ooh. Builder's chamber. When you build next to this, you get more materials. Sure. It's like a silo, only materials instead of lumen oil. And then, okay, we've locked them. Let's end the turn. Have one more turn where we're gaining lumen oil. But then let's upgrade. We switch to losing lumen oil. But we can tax collect, get more from tax collection because we just upgraded. And then I can place the small field here. And the distillery here. And then how much does this cost? 3? I could explore this ruin though. Let's explore the ruin. Oh, wow. Okay, this is a nice Eclarium producer. Costs a lot. Oh, but I can just get 3 Eclarium right now? Compared to something that will make a lot of Eclarium, but I have to get there first. Let's just gain a bunch of Eclarium right now. All right. End turn. Okay, so... Automated field. Okay, we're at automated field now. Let's grab that and put it there. So this automated field is very productive. Look how nice our lumen oil income is because of that. Let's choose a new building. Experimental station. We activate it for a bunch of stuff to make 3 lumen oil per adjacent building. Okay, that seems pretty powerful. Cool. End turn. We've got a lot of time here because it'll be a while before this goes down. Oh, dang. I want to build this, but I can't afford it. I can't even pretend to afford it. Let's see. Oh, but that gave me enough. Oh, okay. Let's put this here. Now, this automated field is producing a ton. This one's not bad either. We're doing really, really well. I guess we'll do some experimentation. We want to get some lumen oil. And it says that I have to have all lighthouses repaired, but this map doesn't have lighthouses on it. So that's not something I have to worry about. So yeah, let's do that. And that. Getting closer with the aquarium. And then... yeah, we've got that builder's thing, where if we build next to it, we get stuff. Let's do that. And then we could also build a library if we want to. Why not? And now we're going to choose a new building. Machine theater. Every time you get... oh, every time I get science from a card, which I do fairly often, I also get materials. Okay, cool. I didn't know machines needed theaters, but that's cool. Let's do a fair day and put a large field right there. This thing has its income go up. Our income is still ridiculously high. Let's get some science going. And... oh, building this will give me some aquarium, but I don't have anywhere near enough for it. So actually, let's just do a bunch of science, get more aquarium. I'm just kind of going for broke right here. Sure, let's put the basilica in our deck. We're never building that. Fair day and victory. Okay, I feel like I kind of speed ran that one. That was a little much. Wait, is it victory? It wasn't victory. Oh, that's that's right. The previous level gave me victory when I upgraded to this level. This one doesn't. This one, I've got to keep going one more rank. So never mind, I'm not finished. So yeah, my income is not as impressive as before. All right, let's see what we can do here. So, there's this. A large farm. Okay, this introduces harvesting again. Harvesting is pretty cool. I do like it. Let's do that. So now I need 13 aquarium. So we'll do some tax collection. Get some science. Get some more science. I could have grabbed this, but I'm like, I think I need to get back ahead of this. And also, if I have another workshop, the thing is, this workshop, it's working as hard as I can already. Like, I don't think I can. I don't think there's a benefit to me getting more unless I was producing a ton of science, which I am not. Okay, let's build this because it's going to give me more access to materials. Ooh, this is okay. This is a free pile of science. That will help me produce more science. Let's experiment. Let's... do we have anything here we desperately want to build? Large farm is helpful. Put that out there. Let's do that. Put forth some collective effort, and then investment, exploration. Let's do investment. And exploration. Why not? We got a lot more space to fill, so I want a lot of building materials. We're at -3 now. Okay, we can harvest buildings, but wait, is there something we can... okay, so this is the one that when you activate it, it gives you a bunch per adjacent building. So where is the spot that will have the most adjacent buildings? I don't know if ruined buildings count, but I can put that there, and I can deliberately build other things around it. Let's harvest. Let's, I guess, do some basic stuff there. Let's see. Do I want this? I mean, if I build it here, it's not going to cost anything. So, there you go. Greenhouse, more harvesting, yes. We need to get it. We don't have enough green stuff going on. Okay, I feel like I'm kind of obligated to do this and this. The Hermitage. Oh, okay. Yeah, that'll give me another good thing. Let's build it next to something that wants things built next to it. And let's also build a greenhouse over here. All right, let's see here. Let's get ourselves some science and materials. Let's use this. Okay, so because it's surrounded by 6 buildings, it gives me 18 lumen oil. Let's activate that because it's fun. We could have activated this one, but I wanted to activate that one because it was fun, and it get me up to 82, which is good. Okay. Exploration outpost. Why not? Enter. Okay. I guess I feel like we need to be building up our science a little bit better, but also greenhouse. What do we get out of this? Whenever you gain a card, a granary gives you more stuff. Ooh, let's start producing science here for another little while, and then get materials out of that shipwreck. We can, every time you gain, oh yeah, materials from science. Let's do that. Okay, okay. Choose a building. The tank. When I build it, I initially get stuff from every adjacent building, and it just raises storage. Oh, but here's the windmill. The windmill was fun last time. Let's do the windmill. Let's definitely get some of that and collect some taxes. Let's get some aquarium. Loot our surroundings. If we build a windmill, okay, we want it. Ooh, right there is where we want it. And we want an architect's office right next to it. So now it's got all 5 colors around it. So next time we harvest, that thing is giving us a pile of lumen oil. Oh, another optimization card. Oh, this one gives me science when I activate an adjacent building. I don't think I've got an activation style building yet, like one that responds to activation yet. I've built my activating buildings in a little arc here to take advantage of that, but I haven't actually taken advantage of it yet. Okay, so we've got another windmill that we can place, which could be very fruitful if we find a good spot for it. We definitely want to put a building there that takes advantage of the activations. So we could put one here. Yeah, let's put a windmill here. Let's do a fair day. Let's do a harvest, which takes advantage of all of that stuff we've placed out there. Oh, again, I waste a harvest. I could have put a large farm out first. What is wrong with me? Okay, well, let's do that. And then next one will be better because we'll have the farm. All right. Okay, we got another foraging. Do we have... No, nothing that will affect it. So let's do the forage. Let's keep above 80, though. This decrement is getting worse. Okay, so we just drew this and got some of this because of something of the machine theater. And we can activate this if we want to. We could also activate this to get a ton of stuff, though actually... Okay, let's build an architect's office next to our windmill. That lets us choose a building. Cabinet of Curiosities gives us free science. I like that. This gives us more expensive science. And it's an activator. So that seems worthwhile. Let's choose another building. We get 5 when we build this. I mean, it's expensive, but I think we can almost kind of get there now. That looks good. And turn. Look at that. Our lumen oil just jumped up. Or jumped down. I don't know. It jumped in some direction. Observatory could give us more science. That would be nice. Automated field could help us beat things back. Let's go trade agreement. Let's build the automated field next to the other automated field. Can I... Hold on. No! I didn't mean to put it there. I was just trying to move the map. I couldn't get it to move. That was garbage. Can I undo? Yes, I can undo. Okay, cool. Hey, thanks for letting me undo, game. That's awesome. Yeah, that made a bigger difference to what we were doing. Or did it? Actually, maybe it didn't yet, but it will. Okay, we got options. Let's get more of this. Let's get more of that. And some more of that. End turn. Okay, we can harvest everything, but let's check. No, nothing that would mess that up. Let's do tax collection. Let's do foraging. Let's do... This feels like a lot, but... Well, yeah, we've got that one building that will give me, like, 6 of this if I can afford it. So I feel like it might make sense to build that up. Oh, look at all this foraging we can do. We're going to need it. Though, this is also valuable. Let's do all the foraging anyway. And experiment. What do we want to build? Do we want to build any of this stuff? This guy wants a wonder next to it. And then, was it the light? Which one was it? Aha, wait, no, this one gets activated. Which was the one that gives me a benefit when ones are activated next to it? That's the thing I want. Because, I mean, this wouldn't be bad to build. It'll give me a card I like. Oh no, we're at negative 13. We've got 106 stored up, but okay, we can get some more science. Even more science. But what do we have here? This. Oh, but can I get... Why did I... Oh, that was stupid. Okay. I can't get here. Dang it. I can do this and this to get closer, but I can't quite get there. So I'm going to lock these things so that I keep this card for next time. This doesn't require science, so I'll still spend my science getting closer here. Choose a building. Oh. This one will magnify the nearby agricultural buildings. Alright, yeah, sounds good. Okay. Trade agreement. Now I've got enough to build the sanctuary. And we want a wonder next to this one. So we'll do that. We are very close. And we're going to win the game. Wait, and are there any lighthouses we need to activate? Oh, this is a lighthouse. We have to spend 5 Eclarium. Well, let's do it now. Get that lighthouse going. Okay, so we're still further away from this than we want to be. So this would give us more actions. So for 2 science, would give us more actions, which probably max is just going to give us 1 more science. So this is probably not worthwhile. Yeah, I don't want to spend any science right now. Except, well, here if I spend science, I'll get... I'll basically negate the next income decrement. I think I'll do that. That was a questionable decision. Okay, harvest all the buildings. That's good. Anything I want to build that will help. So getting these additional research cards does feel like that's going to help long term. And this, whenever I build a building, I get science from this. Oh, okay, I want to keep building buildings then. I didn't realize that's what this lighthouse did. Okay, so I want to do... Oh, I want to do both of these. Yeah, I'm going to do both of these, even though it cost me the fair day. I'm going to experiment, and then if I build a... Okay, I'm gonna be building like crazy. So maybe I should build a silo here, which gave me some science, which lets me use this. Okay, now that I actually... You know what? I'm going to build another workshop. Now that I actually have a way to just be funneling science into my coffers, having 2 workshops might actually be valuable. So we'll do that. So we're using these harvests now to stay ahead of this. Though they now my harvests do not give me enough to fully stay ahead of that. 3 more Declarium. And if I build one more thing... Ooh, let's build an observatory. And remove low-level buildings from the market. That's interesting. I'm not sure if I'd like that or not. Whenever you build a building adjacent to this one, you gain a new card? But it's a one-use card. Weird. Okay, sure. Why not? Okay, let's forage. Let's get the benefits of Serenity. Let's activate that. Ah, faculty. This is what we want. We want this. So let's lock. Let's trade agreement. Let's build the faculty here so we get science every time we activate one of the adjacent buildings. We'll do inspiration and benefits of serenity to get ourselves a bunch of science. Then we'll do that, which will get us some aquarium and also get us some additional science. I think we're good. Okay, we should be able to do this in one more turn. Research. I said research. Activate. 13 aquarium. Go. Yes. Okay. So I thought that had gone easily. It didn't go easily. I had a lot more to do, but we pulled it off. And just under an hour, too. Okay, so now I get to add some stuff. I got 30 here. So if I had saved up from the previous time, I might have been able to... Whoa. Oh, yeah, per scientific building in your city. That is pretty good. That's a pretty good card. And I can't afford it because I didn't save anything from last time. I could also grab a library for my starter thing. I could... Shared field. Per adjacent building type. Interesting. I like this. I want to add this. Okay, that's what we're buying. And then we go to the world map, and now we choose yet another place to go. But we've been doing this for long enough. Hopefully, I've kind of gotten across what is interesting about this game. So it's activating the same sort of like parts of my brain that playing Slipways does, right? Where it's like you're trying to like synergistically put a bunch of stuff on a board to try to maximize all of its collective output as you're sort of racing against a clock that's trying to make you fail, trying to make you not get enough done before the clock runs out. Only the clock itself, unlike Slipways, the clock itself is also flexible. And so so I can actually fight the clock directly, or I can, like build towards my ultimate goal. It just makes you think of a lot of different things at once, and getting to know the game, getting to know what cards might be coming, lets you sort of plan ahead for the possibilities. And there's like different styles of builds. You can have a very harvest-centric build. You can have a very activation-centric build. And so it's got all those benefits of like a deck-building roguelike where, the choices that you make kind of send you down paths where if you double down on those choices, sometimes that can be complicated, but if you double down on them, you can make them even more powerful. Or you can kind of go broad and try to, make a build that can roll with a lot of punches. But either way, this is a lot of fun. So thanks, by the way, my colleague Patrick recommended this to me. I had never heard of it before, but he'd been playing it for a while. And so I owe him for some of the fun that I'm having here. I recommended Shogun Showdown to him, and I think he's been enjoying that. So we're both into deck building games, I guess. Anyway, that's it. that is Dawnmaker. So there's a subscribe button for me. I think I'll put another couple of similar games over here for you to check out if you like this kind of thing. And I'll talk to you later.